Is it working? Can I play music? Okay, now I think it's working. I'm just watching myself back on this. Oh, hey, there we go. There we go. Thank Christ. Oh, my goodness. And we're back. Sean, I'm so sorry. I saw your post about that radio station thing, though. I'll definitely check it out. I will definitely check it out. Welcome, my friends. Welcome in. Woo! How are we doing? What is happening? Just gonna give it a few minutes for everyone to kind of come over. I gotta settle my nerves. I'm just double checking everything, don't mind me. Chilling on a lunch break. Nice. Well, I'm glad you took the time to hang out with me. It's a nice way to spend your lunch. I appreciate that. What's up, Kevo? Hold on, let me start at the top here. We got Dane Bramage Rocks. If y'all want to see a fun reaction channel, go check out Dane Bramage Rocks, man. There's something about seeing him, especially like with the drummers and stuff, watching him like respond to something is toxic is not the right word because that makes it sound sad. It's contagious. That's it. Contagious. Check him out. Check him out. Brian, what's up? Sean, what's up? Kevo, what's up? Tell me if you can hear this. Can I use sound effects in here? Is that a thing? I'm watching my CPU too to make sure that I don't crash anything. All right. It's my buddy Dave's band, Oath of Angels, coming soon. Let me close out a few things here. Coming soon to you. Oh, what's up, Rachel? Welcome, welcome, welcome. All the small words. I like that. I like that. Welcome. Welcome. We're just going to hang out today. I just got back from an amazing, short but amazing trip to DC. I got some tails, obviously. Saw Bruno for number 3 and number 4. Makes number 5 if you include Silk Sonic. And add a few kind of consistent takeaways that I'm excited to kind of talk about. We're gonna get nerdy. We're gonna get real nerdy. I got some pictures I want to show you all. I just want to hang out. It's been a minute, and I just wanted to hang out. I want to make sure everyone gets in here though, because I started or I had another live, and it's been a gong show and back and forward. There's 9 of us in here already. I appreciate y'all. If y'all could give me that thumbs up on this video on your way in. It's like knocking, you know. It's courtesy. Courtesy. It's we're all raised with manners, right? I shouldn't talk too much shit. Sorry, I was making a YouTube post. about this. Share. Create post. Post. All right. Let me get myself organized. I wish I had more music. I only have like more kind of hard stuff. How about this one? Dane, this one's for you. Just waiting for a few more people to join us here. Oh, I gotta update my other links too. Hey Jordan, what's up? I'm just updating my other links here that we're on a new thing. Hope everyone's doing well. I appreciate you all being patient. It's been a gong show so far. One more. All right. How we doing? What's up, Jordan? Welcome to the party. What's up, Rachel? Hope you guys are doing well. What do I want to start with? Let me kill the music, kill the tunes, and let me pull up a picture we can stare at here in a second. There we go. There we go. I'm not super technologically inclined, so this is going to be my slideshow. I've got photos up on one screen, and I'm going to bump them over to the other. What's up, Mackenzie? Welcome, welcome, welcome. I appreciate everyone being here. So to catch everyone up, a little backstory. Just over a year ago, I think it was in April, a friend of mine, Betty, reached out to me, and she said, hey, listen, she said, I want you and your fiance to come down, and I want you to come to a Silk Sonic show with me in Vegas. I want you to meet me there. We're going to go to the concert. We're going to have a blast. And just like, pff, I didn't think it was real. I honestly didn't think it was real. I did a video about it, and I just bawled when I told everybody too. Unbelievable. It gives me like the chills thinking about. And then in September, she's like, hey, you should come out to DC, the area that she's from. Come to some Bruno shows. Let's go out here. So packed up the bags, head out to DC, and it couldn't have come, or it was end of August, early September, somewhere around there. Or it was early September. Anyways, couldn't have come at a better time. Like, life was just so crazy. And what a monumental trip. My now fiance and I got engaged on her patio. Like, come on, man. Come on, man. Unbelievable. Just one of the most inspiring and most beautiful people I've ever met in my entire life. Like, what a blessing. What a blessing. I'm waiting for Betty to show her face in here. I know she's gonna. She was in the last chat. I'll send her the link. There she is. There she is. What's up, Betty? What's up, Betty? Ah, man, just unbelievable. I wish Danielle was here. Show off the ring. Cheers, everybody. Unbelievable. Unbelievable experience. Okay, so where do we want to start? So this trip was amazing. 4 days total, 2 of travel, 2 of hanging out. The flights down and everything. Like, you know how flying and travel is, especially when you're jumping ahead a couple hours. It was cool. Hotel was a gong show. We're not going to talk about that. We're having a good day today. Betty to the rescue. Again, I just can't. I'd have been homeless. I'd have been sleeping in a dumpster somewhere if it wasn't for Betty. So, unbelievable. Day 1, I did a little exploring. I went down into Old Town Alexandria, which I would so recommend. Where's my DC people at? Where's my Alexandria people at? Y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Look at this. This is like an alley. Like, are you kidding me? There's a squirrel down there too, but like, look how beautiful. Look how beautiful this is. It's a little bit of a delay, but that's okay. Just beautiful. Walked around all day looking at this stuff. Stopped in a little cigar shop. Had to treat myself. Celebrating 35,000 subscribers. Beautiful subscribers. All of y'all. I appreciate y'all so much. So much. So this is the little cigar shop I stopped at. And it was amazing. Obviously brought myself home a present. Walking around is just beautiful too. It's just beautiful weather. I'm kind of skipping through a few photos here too, but this is at the MGM National Harbor. So this is where the event actually was. I feel like this is like really dark looking. Oh, it's just my screen. So this is like they change this all the time. Last time I was there, it was different. But yeah, just stunning. What's up, Elizabeth? Welcome, welcome, welcome. But yeah, just beautiful. So cool. It's so cool to see. Of course, the man of the hour. Come on now. Look at that stud. Jeez, I should make that full screen. It's pretty neat. Like, it's pretty surreal. I was talking about this a lot. It's like I've been really fortunate. I've been to some amazing concerts. I've seen a lot of very, very famous people in concerts, but most of them like after their prime, 30 years after their prime, like Kiss, Elton John, stuff like that, right? Bruno Mars, man, he's pretty on top still. He's still pretty on top. It's pretty surreal seeing this. Dude looking good though. Looking real good. Look at this. So they had this like VIP lineup, and it was like I don't know, a rum tasting or something. You could stand in line, you could go in there, and you could have these certain Bruno Mars cocktails made for you. They even had inclusive ones for Pride Month. It was really neat. The rum is quite nice. Quite nice. The chocolate one is worth a try. I don't know if it's worth a purchase though. Betty, back me up on this one. It's the white rum was pretty good. I think we tried the other ones last time we were there, but I don't quite remember. Y'all in the States don't mess around when it comes to pouring your drinks. Sheesh. Sheesh, you don't mess around. I'm just going to keep rolling on. I think I'm like almost a minute ahead of chat, so let me know if you need me to stop or if you have any questions or anything. Betty and her daughter, they stole my phone. I think this was after the concert actually. So they take your phone away, and they sing a song about it. They take your phone away, and Betty was holding on to mine because she knew I was going nuts. And when I came back out after the concert, I had a lovely photo on my phone. That's why I'm always so happy, right? I follow, I follow. It was yuck. Yeah, I'm with you. It was. I'm glad I tried it. Definitely glad I tried it. So I'm kind of skipping around on day one here. What's this photo? Oh yeah. So last time I was there, me being an extrovert, I just introduced myself to the sound guy. It's like, hey man, I gotta meet you. So that's Chris Rabold. We were sitting at the bar, at the hotel bar, and I could hear like the kick drum. You know what I mean? And so I did a video just quick from my Instagram story, and I tagged him. I was like, hey, I think I can hear you guys sound checking. And he responded. He said he won't see me there. He said, my friend Ryan is riding herd over it all now. Have a blast at the show. And I can't tell you how disappointed I was. I can't tell you how disappointed I was, man. I had heard Chris mix 3 times, and I should clip this and send it to him. We should all do that. I had never felt so inspired to be a sound guy. And like I was there for the concert, man. I bawled. I cried. I thought it was just Andy, Bruno, and myself in the room. I thought it was just Bruno and I at this last show. It was very, very immersive. But I don't know, man. This dude and his mixing and what he had figured out, it made me want to be a sound guy again. I was super disappointed to hear he wasn't going to be there. Ryan killed it. Ryan did a great job. We'll talk about all that after. But it was neat, man. It was neat that he took the time to respond to me. I thought that was really cool. I don't know how else to what to compare that to. For me, it was like meeting someone in the band, right? And he is in the band. That's how I look at it. So I thought that was really neat. Anyways, we've traded Instagram messages once or twice. What else? So this is all rolling up on day one. Night one, we also met the man of the hour. This is Mr. Cameron Whalen. Hope I'm saying that right. He was the backing vocalist, currently still the backing vocalist, but the first, second, and third time I saw Bruno, he was the backing vocalist, the main backing vocalist, and trombone player. And this time he was more trombone players, more like secondary backing vocalist, because Philip Lawrence was there too. But so cool to meet him, man. So cool. Dude was so down to earth. He just come up the escalator and was just standing by the bar. Yeah, dude smelled great, looked great. First thing I say, I put my arm around him. I'm like, holy shit, you're tall. Oh, it was fantastic. Uh-oh. Tornado watch. I gotta open my window. She's storming, ladies and gentlemen. She's storming. Turning my ringer on. I just worry about my cats outside. She'd be storming out there. Anyways. So yeah, Cam was fantastic. Cam was amazing. So down to earth. And what a show. So I talked about this in the Silk Sonic live stream. I'll tell you all right now. They do this song called Put On a Smile. And at the live event, you can find it. There is a little bit of footage of it, even though there shouldn't be. And Anderson .Paak and Bruno Mars is sitting on this bench. And they're singing this just sad heartbreak song. And they're not facing each other. They're both sitting on this park bench. They're not facing each other. And that, seeing that, being fourth row or whatever we were on the floor, seeing that was wow. This is what superstars do. This is superstardom. You know what I mean? And that was one of those moments for me where it was entertainment is really, really, really cool. And again, it made me want to be an entertainer again. It just lit me up how amazing that moment was, right? I'll get to the set list too, but they performed Calling All My Lovelies, and Cam and Phil do the solo section together. the Hooligans come out and do a solo. It was like sax and trumpet, I want to say. And then before it was just Cam doing the like, ooh, tell me, baby, whatever the words are, whatever the section is. And then this time Phil and him were doing it and they were harmonizing. And I said, I told a friend of mine, man, like, as far as brotherhoods go in music, that was one of the coolest moments I've seen. Like, right up there with that put on a smile, because it was just amazing. Friggin' amazing. Shout out to Cam, man. I got a video coming. I got a video about his debut, his television debut, right before he got scooped up by Bruno. Super excited. Super excited. Headed into, on this day 2 now, headed into, what is this called? Monument Mall? National Monument Mall? Woo, it's storming. You guys want to know a secret? Hold on, real talk. Secret time, you want to know a secret? My number one biggest fear is tornadoes. Number one biggest fear. Tornadoes and twisters. So don't mind me being a little anxious. All right. Yeah, headed into the, I think it's Monument Mall, National Monument Mall. Unbelievable. Let me find, oh, it looks like not all my pictures transferred over. But just like all the quotes and all the scripts and everything, all the detail, the size of everything. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I kind of have a basement. I probably wouldn't be safer down there. Just rolled in quick though. Rolled in quick. I thought I had a photo of the Lincoln, like the actual Lincoln Memorial. This is from on top of the Lincoln Memorial, but like by it. Oh, I didn't go on top of it. That'd be rude. But you can see like the Washington Monument. What's this? The Vision Pond Lake. Really bad. Unbelievable to see. It was cool to like see something that I had seen in so many movies with my own eyes. You know what I mean? So cool. So cool. I shouldn't have opened the window. Now I'm anxious. Okay. Well, we got some ducks, some baby ducks. Oh my god. All I was doing was sending Danielle pictures of ducks. How do I zoom in? They were so cute. Zoom. Yeah. I can hide from windows if I need to. I appreciate that. Reflecting pool. That was it. Thank you, Betty. Amazing to see, though. Amazing to see. I was impressed by how clean it was. I was really impressed by how clean it was. The whole park, actually. If I could give a shout out to all the staff out there, loved it. It was so pretty. I picked up a little garbage, just a little bit. I'm like that, though. It's not like it was everywhere. It's not like it was like going out of my way. I just like came across something and picked it up. But look at the little baby duckies. They're so cute. Oh, here we go. Ah, look at them. They're so little. Sorry, my photo's a little crooked. This is the World War II memorial, the Atlantic and the Pacific. This was a very, like, I told Betty about this. The feeling in the air was so spectacular. It was very heavy, but it was so spectacular. I felt like I learned more of a history lesson in 10 minutes of walking around this, or an hour walking around this, than I ever did in school. And just like, yeah, the weight of it, everything. Very beautiful monument, I think. And set up, the pool, the fountain, everything was beautiful. Everyone was so respectful. Yeah, it was really neat. Really enjoyed that. It's making me emotional. Yeah, unbelievable. I did walk up to the Washington Monument too. This is just from across the street. I was talking to Nick on the phone. That's Singer Reactions. I was talking to him on the phone for a bit. That's a conversation we'll have on another day. I'll close a few of these. Leave that one up. What do we got? Yeah, World War II memorial. Just like look at the size, right? Like next to this person. So cool. Yeah. I'm so glad I went. Like last time we just did like the local tourist thing, just like walked around. To be fair, we were pretty hungover. I'm so glad I went. Like I don't know how else to say that. It was spectacular. Spectacular. That's what I was saying though. Like, so much of it I had seen in movies. Every Batman movie. Like, come on, man. Come on, man. Yeah, the smoke wasn't too bad that day. It really wasn't. I took a bunch of these photos. Of the different places and stuff. But you can see blue skies. It wasn't too bad. Whoops. Oh, shit. I just closed my background photo. Hold on. Here we go. What else? Where were we? I loved a lot of this stuff too. Like, this hit really hard, man. Like, remembering the women and everything. I don't know what it was, but like, maybe this is a guy thing. Maybe I just don't hang out with enough guys. But like, I'm much more comfortable thinking that like myself or like other men are going out and doing like stuff like this. But like when the women get involved, it changes. The women and children get involved. Like, I don't know why. Maybe it's just because I'm like a protective dude. I don't know. But yeah, man, I just stood and just took this in for like 10 minutes. There's a few of these I just stood and took in. Like, it's making me emotional. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable. Come on now. How do I zoom in now? Let me zoom in. The heroism of our own troops was matched by that of the armed forces of the nations that fought by our side. They absorbed the blows. They all shared to the end. They shared to the full and ultimate destruction of the enemy. Like, this is another thing I was thinking too. I thought this was a different one, but nonetheless, the like capacity to bring people together, spectacular, just spectacular. What's this one? Oh, I already had that one open. This was really cool too. This was really special. Anyone know where we're headed? This is one of the most like stern looking like statues, carvings. A great job of this. Seeing it in real life, like it's just magnificent. Look at these tiny little people. Look at these tiny little people. Dane, I will. I absolutely will. I appreciate that. But like, I can't describe to you the look in his eyes, man. I can't describe to you the look in his eyes. Like the other statues, like don't get me wrong, stunning. Every single one of them, stunning. Something about his eyes though, man. Same thing. I just stood there and just looked, just observed, just took it in. It was just like, wow. God, I'm getting emotional again. Oh, unbelievable. Look at these tiny little people. Unreal. Where's the quote? I thought I had the quote in here too. Out of a mountain of despair, a stone of hope. I believe it says. I have not actually. I haven't seen very many movies though. Like, you gotta understand, I have not seen very many movies. See, like, this one was neat too, talking about they who seek to establish systems of government based on the regimentation of all human beings, and a handful of individual rulers called New World Order. It's not new and it's not order. Like, just the eyes, man. It was just the eyes. And there's a few of these statues, right? But the MLK man, it was just striking. Just striking. Again, look at these tiny little people. Tiny little people. Yeah, like some of the quotes though, just so moving. And up at the monument here too. Look at the tiny little people. I didn't know it was this big. I knew it was big. I didn't know it was this big. Oh, I learned me something on this trip. Look at these tiny little people. Look at this. And that's from like the end of the park too. Look at that. But pretty blue skies though, right? Interesting. You met him too, eh? Yeah, I'll absolutely check it out. I loved it. I loved it all. Every bit of it. This was a really cool trip. I really took my time on this day. I really did my best. It was really hot out. Oh my god. You know what else? Let me go full screen. You know what else? I don't know, like if anyone in the DC area had graduates or like friends and family graduating, the beautiful people walking around, man, and a lot of them, so many of them were like, hey, can you take a picture? Do you mind taking a picture? And I was so grateful. I was like, you're gonna include me on like your special day? Absolutely. Like, you want some more? Like, where are we going? Where are we headed? Oh man, it was so much fun. Grad season, man. Shout out to the 2023 grads. It was so cool to see. And like family flown in. This one lady was telling me her sister graduated and her family flew in. It was like net flights was like over 100 hours between like 5 people. Like, you know, like however many, like 12 or 18 hours each way for like 5 or 6 people. Like, just crazy. It was so cool though. It was so much fun. It was such a... Yeah, it was really neat. It was really, really, really neat. But what else? I got a few more. We all comfortable still? Everyone's feeling okay? Check this sign out. This is hilarious. That was weird. I thought it was a hilarious sign. I was also mindful of my head. I used to, where are my British friends at? I used to work with a guy that was British, and he would always say, mind your face. And I'd be like, that sounds like confrontational. I'd be like, it's just what we say, man. Like, oh, okay. He's like, it's like mind your, or like watch your head. Mind your face. So me and Bruno, not actually, but me and Bruno. This was like I don't really know what this room was. This is at the MGM Harbor, National Harbor. It's like a relaxing room or something like that. You go in there and like get some like chamomile tea and chill and listen to the vibes or something. I don't really know. Representing, wore the old BEL shirt. My man Bruno in the background. And then that night 2, so this is after the second concert. Second concert was different. Second concert hit different. We went to a little club after party. A little party never hurt nobody. No, it did not. Juice bar. Yeah, that's it. Juice bar. So yeah, it was fun. I hadn't been to like a casino bar in like a minute, or actually like ever, never in another country actually. So that was pretty cool. Have y'all seen the MGM, the National Harbor? Images. It's pretty spectacular looking. Let's go top left again. Pretty crazy looking, eh? It's another one of the inside setups. Pretty nice. Very, very nice place. Hanging out with the bartenders was fun. Betty obviously makes it a blast. Last time I was there, we met this dude called Jeremy Ragsdale. He won The Voice Romania, I want to say. The Voice Romania. And great performer. This time they had another great performer. I didn't end up meeting him, but Betty and I were very concerned that he didn't have a tip jar, so we made sure that the wait staff got him all set up. It was in pretty typical fashion. Okay, well, where do we want to start? We want to start with the Bruno show. I want to talk some nerd stuff. I want to get into it a little bit. We could start at the Silk Sonic thing and go our way through. Kind of do like walk our way through the series. We could do just some kind of general takeaways. What do you guys want to talk about? Great question. So, as I stated, I absolutely adore the sound guy that I saw the first couple of times. Right, the guy that I saw this time, I think it was one of his earlier shows in too, but he did a great job. He did a fantastic job. I just feel like, you know, when like you have a friend that's like a part of something, or like maybe work somewhere and you go and you see them, and I'm not trying to say that I have friends there, but like, you know, when you have a friend and then you go there and they're not there and it just feels like the vibe's different. That was the only change that I had. That was the only thing. It was like I came in here thinking I knew the guy behind the console and I didn't. And outside of that, absolutely fabulous. This time they had another singer. So when Bruno Mars was like his first couple of records, he had this dude called Philip Lawrence with him, and the like brotherhood between those two was like very admirable, very, very talented. Great singer and songwriter, both of them. And I hadn't seen Phil until this trip, and the pairing of them was fabulous. And then, like I say, Cam, the hooligan that we met, having him like there as like another backing vocalist is just like, how often do you have three lead singers working for like, you know, arguably one of the most talented R&B bands or funk bands or pop bands there is right now? Like, it was just different. The vocals, like, it's just different. Yeah. So, Betty, we're sitting like, I wonder if I can find a seat layout. Concert hall seating. Oh yeah, you can see our seats from here. Hold on. Can I make a bigger photo? So this is the theater. Here, just let me turn my camera off. You all don't need to see me for a second. So this is the theater. Beautiful theater. The sound setup was all right here. And I was right there. That was my seat. I was literally hanging onto this railing. I'm a leaner. I'm a big time leaner. I was literally hanging onto this railing. For both my nights. I think the one night I might have been in that seat. I might have been back one. But either way, like against FOH. They had lighting desk here, audio desk here, yada yada yada. And Betty leans over and she's like, "Hey, you guys got some gum?" And Buddy's like, "Yep." And he just comes over and hands her and just gives her a piece of gum. Oh, I love it. I love it. Beautiful room, though. I believe this is an L Acoustics K2. I believe. Sounded amazing. But that's the spot you want. That's the seats you want. Because that's where the sound guy is, man. And the sound guy's the one getting paid to make it sound good. And it's his ears, so you may as well sit where he's sitting. Yeah, special seats. So I like the first, like the Silk Sonic show, the first two Bruno shows made me want to be a technician again. These sets of shows really made me sit back and just take it in. And what a spectacular, like what a spectacle. Like, you got to see this bass player. Even if you don't like the Bruno Mars stuff, this bass player is friggin' believable. He's dancing just as hard, if not harder, than all the singers and everyone else. And the stuff that he's playing is so complex, and it's just so fitting and perfect. And he's doing it with this big smile on his face, man. Like, it's so impressive. It's so impressive. Every night. This round, they also had a different guitar player. They had a dude that they called Luke Skywalker. You can find him on Instagram. Last time, and at Silk Sonic, they had Mateus. Both are just unbelievable guitar players. Unbelievable. They're very similar kind of styles. Very like legato, very like lyrical playing. You probably hear them playing lots of like classical music, lots of like whammy bar stuff. But super impressive. I liked Luke's energy a little more than Mateus's. Mateus is like very chill, very like laid back. Luke was like headbanging, like getting into it and stuff. But I like Mateus's playing better, if that makes sense. Not that I really have like a foot to stand on, but like, you know what I mean. But like, unbelievable. This like the style of them playing, going back and forth with the saxophone player, special. The only other couple things that I noticed were different were the drum mics. The drum mics this round were Audix's, and last time they were Shure's. I used to own Shure's, and like I did my due diligence. I like the Shure microphones. The Audix ones, they sounded better night 2 than night 1. But again, I think that like Ryan was... there's nothing I could say that could knock this dude, and I don't want it to sound like that because I have douchebag tendencies. I don't want it to sound like that. Night 2 just sounded punchier, clearer. Like it sounded like he had mixed it already, right? Like he did night 1 and night 2 sounded better. And the drums were really nice night 2. The other things about the Chris Rabold shows that I went to was they had been traveling. Like they had been either in their residency with Silk Sonic, or they had done a couple of shows before, and they were just being mixed with Chris. So the only difference was they took out a singer. They took out Andy. But like when you're working with bands, it's like rehearsing, playing guitar with them and singing with them. Like you got to get it right, and you got to like dial it in. It takes time, right? But yeah, those are the only like real big differences I noticed. There was a couple interesting things that we'll work backwards is what we'll do from the concerts. So I'm pretty sure that they were using a L Acoustic K2. Let me pull this back up. Let's go top right. Oh, that's not top right. Top right. So this is just like one piece of the sound system, and then they have like stacks of them that like go up into an array, and then the array falls. You've probably seen them, they like banana curl. And I don't know a whole ton about this L Acoustic stuff, man. It's really expensive. It's like really expensive. I'm pretty sure that a guy called Dave Rat helps design, or he puts a lot of input into stuff like this. But like you're looking at $100,000 aside, if not more. Some of the interesting things about these, and I'm talking a little bit out of my butt. You need to have a certificate to like work on these rigs. So like if you're Bruno Mars and you show up to a venue that has the L Acoustics rig, they'll have a technician on site for you to help you like tune and set up the system and everything, because they want it to sound the best possible all the time. They don't need Bruno Mars, the sound guy, or Beyonce's sound guy walking around saying that they didn't like it, right? So they make sure that they can do everything that they need. They have someone on site for you. And I believe you can actually split this so that you have like some signal here, some signal here. So say like if you don't want things fighting, so maybe you have kick drum and guitar, or like your drum kit and your guitar on this side, and your vocals and your bass on this side, and that way they're not conflicting. So like if you have a 12 or like a 15-inch speaker in here, you don't want it fighting to produce the kick drum and fighting to produce the bass guitar. It's quieter if you let the speaker just resonate a little more and it's more audible, right? So as far as like volume and comfortability, both sitting fourth row and at mix, I never once thought it was too loud. I never once thought that it was ugly or anything was piercing or like too much. It all was just fabulous. And I truly think that they were onto something with, I mean, put them in any sound system and you're going to get a competitive show. But I do think that like all those little pieces kind of play their part because it was beautiful sounding. And Chris Rabbold in a podcast, I believe it's called, it's either MXU or it was Signal to Noise. He was talking about how at the Bruno shows, they take away the phones. They take your phone away, you put it in a sleeve, it's locked up, you get it back at the end of the show. But every once in a while, someone sneaks a phone in or audio or something, right? You play one of these outdoor arenas where they let people just around the outside and people are filming. So their pursuit was that they Betty's distracting me. The pursuit was when they play it back on the phone, they wanted it to sound good. And everything that I've seen, like if you watch the Japan or the Australia performances, they all sound amazing. They're clear, they're intelligible from the cell phone footage. And I think that that's really important. I do think that L Acoustics played a big part into that. They're beautiful sounding speakers. Jumping forward to the Silk Sonic stuff, I believe, well, even Bruno, the Vegas stuff, I think that he said that he was the first sound guy to work on that sound system when they installed it in Vegas. So he claims that no band knows that room better than them. And like I say, man, it was inspiring. It was truly inspiring, the quality of it. Full Texan effect. They very well might. An interesting thing about sounds like big PA speakers is it's not really what music sounds like. It's not really what you want the music to sound like. You kind of have to like balance listening to your giant PA speakers versus like regular speakers, because it's weird. It's a really weird experience. But I appreciate you being here. I appreciate everyone being here. Replay Gang 2, come on, man. Let's not forget about y'all. I appreciate y'all watching this. My CPU is trying to climb a little bit, so I'm just keeping an eye on that. What else do I got here? They had a brand new console. This is going to lead me to some fun stuff here. They had a brand new console that Solid State Logic just put out. L650. Let me show you all what this looked like too. Let me get rid of my camera. There we go. So this is the soundboard that they were using. And a lot of y'all are probably wondering why I care. And it's because I'm a nerd. But I thought it looked beautiful. The interesting thing that I always thought about with digital consoles and a band that appreciates like analog and vintage sounds and recording is like these sound very transparent. They sound very like glossy. Whereas when you get records like Perm or any of the Silk Sonic stuff, like it almost has this vintage tape sound to it or like a distorted preamp kind of sound to it. And I just don't know if you get that naturally from these consoles. So like they did a lot of things to change that after the fact, but apparently this stuff is really cool. It looks really nice. It looks really, really nice. I'd hate to see the price tag on it. But yeah, this came out like right before they started the residencies, and so they picked it up, took off with it. In the actual rack, in like the front of house rack, they used, let me go back to my camera. They used a lot of like different hardware, pieces of hardware and stuff that I started like adapting digital versions of. But one of the ones I thought was really interesting was they added a preamp onto the left and right. So when the console, you go out of the console, your mix gets summed down to what we call left and right. And that master volume is what feeds out to your speakers, right? And he put a preamp in between that. And normally when I talk about preamps, I'm talking about vocalists and recording having tube saturation to their voice. They're having like extra harmonics and like a little bit of distortion. Not quite like a guitar amp distortion, but like tube distortion. And the sound team had that on the left and right. So I have one on my vocal. Let's go over here. So this blue one here is an emulation of the one that they were using on their left and right. And I'm just going to turn it up and down so you can just hear what it does to my voice. as I keep talking and turning the saturation up, hold on. So you can see it starts to distort and clip, and it probably sounds weird. This isn't very tasteful. And this is a digital emulation again, but they were adding this onto the whole entire mix. So if I pull this away, you can see that less and less of it is happening. Now there's no additional saturation, and it's probably just my voice. And it probably isn't making that much of a difference either. I'm going to turn it back up. I'm going to turn it back up, up, distorting a little bit. So I just use it for a little bit of clarity. It just kind of like breaks my mic a little bit, they call that. But they were using it on the left and right mix, which I thought was super interesting, just to add, again, more harmonics, more characteristics to the mix, bring the sound system alive a little bit. Very, very interested in that. When I was becoming a sound technician, anything that you wanted to do that was a little bit outside of like what we saw as the norm, you were shot down for, like immediately. And that's what I kind of dug about this Chris guy, and what I thought was kind of monumental about that. I don't want to say that relationship, but like my viewing of him and the production of it was like, you're kind of free to do what you need to do to make it sound the way you want to sound. And I think that's really interesting, because they've had an evolution too. So if you look at how, like, back to that Perm record I was talking about from Bruno Mars, if you talk about any of the Silk Sonic stuff, they have this kind of a vintage feel to them, this vintage kind of a sound. And especially with the Silk Sonic stuff, and I'm jumping all over the place, and I appreciate y'all being here. There was a progression. The Silk Sonic stuff had a very vintage feel to it as well. And if you look, I have this kind of pulled up here too. If you look at Eric's drum kit here, he's only got 4 mics on the kit. And I am pretty sure I heard that that's how they did the record too. And that is a very vintage thing. So when you only had a certain amount of inputs that you could actually record with, you had to be clever. So you couldn't do the kick in, kick out, snare top, snare bottom, snare side, hi-hat up, hi-hat down, tom 1, tom 2, overhead left, overhead right, stereo middle. Like, you couldn't do all that stuff. You had to do these basic setups for your 4-track, right? So they had a kick, a snare, an overhead in stereo, and I think that might be it. And they got some really good sounds out of it. I'm not going to play this for copyright issues, for reasons, but I'm pretty sure that's all they had. Yeah, here's the RA20. This is an instrument microphone. And I don't see a hi-hat mic, just the snare drum. That probably pick up enough. And then this one microphone over here. And the reason I bring that up is because I thought it was interesting that, like, from the sounds that they got and they pursued from this, and if you watch the progression, it built into a bigger setup. I have a photo of this too. From the Silk Sonic tour. Show me a picture of that drum kit. Here we go. If I go... So here's Chris. Here's the sound guy that I met with a stereo microphone above the drum kit. They've also close mic'd everything. And so, like, it progressed, right? It got closer to the Bruno Mars setup, but not quite. They still wanted to create that vintage kind of a feel. So they did an RE20, which is like an instrument microphone. You see, like, on lots of radio shows, podcasts and stuff, they use them for vocals. And then they had that on the kick drum. So that makes, for me, it makes the kick drum sound more resonant. Like, you're treating it more like an instrument than like a feeling. And the stereo overhead mic it's kind of to replace or put you in the seat of the drummer. So when you're sitting in Eric or Andy's spot, there is a natural like movement, right? So your ride cymbals over here, your hi-hats over here, your snares off center a little bit. There's like a whole bunch of different kind of placement things that happen naturally that they're trying to recreate with the different setups. And the 4-piece setup from the Silk Sonic thing, I have a point to all this, don't worry, would give you a bit of that, the stereo image, the more interesting stereo image, I guess. And then as they build that up and they built to the Silk Sonic Resonancy, they add more inputs. I think they said like about 20 of them for the drum kit. They're still trying to honor that vintage feel, but still give you that natural escape and distortion and things. And then you move into the Bruno show where everything is perfect and crisp all the time. And that's where I found like the mic choices to be really interesting. So from an RE20, an instrument microphone, to a dedicated bass mic, Beta 58 or Beta 52, sorry, and you get this like feel instead of a drum, like a, I don't know how else to describe it. Like when you get a kick drum that just beats you in the chest, it's not really what a kick drum sounds like, but it's kind of what you want in like perfected pop music. Whereas you kind of want to treat it as an instrument on the like Silk Sonic thing, right? So I just thought that the slight detail in that was actually really interesting. It made me change how I approach mixing drums, because I think that there's a part of the stereo image and the natural, like the human response to a drum kit. Like if you're sitting right here and you're beating the crap out of a snare drum, it's going to distort in your ears a little bit. And they had different tricks that they're adding, like distortion and stuff like that to it. Yeah, just clever ways of making it sound perfect, clear. In the Silk Sonic case, like vintage, right? In the Bruno Mars case, like precise, clean, right? Spectacular, spectacular. CMS Pack NW, hi from Pacific Northwest Portland. What is going on? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Steen, what's up? What's up? Welcome from Denmark. Am I boring you guys yet? Am I boring you guys yet with my microphone talk? Let me know you're still with me. What other pictures do I have? Do I have any other pictures I want to show? FOH Online. Nope, that's the drum kit. This one is a stack, the PA that I was talking about. The Acoustics K2. Beautiful looking sound system. Beautiful looking sound system. Not bored yet? All right. All right. I got some notes here. Let me pull up my notes. About 5,200 people. I thought it, like I said, I thought it sounded perfect. I think that that's the right size for the Bruno performance. Like, it's just something about the theater. Something about the theater makes it just like special. You know what I mean? It's intimate. It's like the right volume. It's not like they're trying to fill a whole stadium behind you, so like the PA's beating the crap out of you, right? But interesting, like the pursuit of, where am I trying to go with this? The pursuit of just trying to get like what you're trying to achieve and trying to translate that across, right? Because like I try not to make it sound like the sound system and the equipment and everything is what makes it, because it's not. It starts with like the band, it starts with the input. But man, does it help. Boy, oh boy, does it help. So no, not yet. Okay, perfect. Oh, y'all are funny. Y'all are funny. Yeah, 120 inputs versus 80 for Silk Sonic. Guitar player. So I wanted to talk more about the playing styles. I would recommend looking at both Mateus and this Luke Skywalker, because like the way that they can just make their like guitars talk and these instruments just sing in their hands is just, it's wild. I don't even know how to describe it. It looks like an extension of their body. And like I've got some very talented friends, man. Kevin, Fry, some of the like most talented guitar players I've seen, and it's just different. It's just different. What else? I got some examples of like some like audio like plugins and stuff like that, but that's gonna be for another video where I can show you like have a bass guitar and stuff going. Night one. Who did I sit with night one? Night one was a lot of fun, actually. Night two, I don't want to say overshadowed it, but I've got stories about night two and the people I was sitting around. Oh, we got some love for Oregon. I'm going to have to go. Some of us go to the concert for the music. Yeah. Hey, to be fair, so they start off with 24 Karat Magic and like instant goosebumps. My whole body. I tapped the lady beside me. I'm like, look at it. Goosebumps all over me. And then they go into Finesse. And night one, smooth. Everything just goes smooth. Sounds buttery, right? Performance is great. Dance breakdown into Please Me. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Treasure comes on. Got to dance with Betty. Always got to dance with Betty. And last time in September, the security guard kept telling us to go sit back down. So annoying. This time it was like, whatever. Did our thing. Then they went into Calling All My Lovelies, which I found out later we traded for Chunky and Perm. So I actually wanted to pull that up. And I wanted to play a moment of this for y'all. Because I didn't get to see Perm and I didn't get to see Chunky. So I wanted to play a little bit of it. And I just want to like go back and talk about how cool it is, how good it sounds through the camera. So we didn't get to see this one, so I want to watch it with y'all right now. Listen to that bass. Oh my god. You hear that synth in there? Come on, Judge. Let's go. Okay, computer's freaking out, so we got to put the pause on it there. But oh my goodness. Wow, it dropped back down really quick. Went back down to like 20. The other one that we missed was Chunky. We did not get a Chunky. Bass, ready? So this is Phil. We'll call him the new guy because I just saw him only recently. This is Cam. This is who I met, right? So the first 3 times I saw Bruno, it was just Bruno and Cam. This time they had Phil here too. And my guy goes, man. Like, what a performance. What a performance. Wasn't that funky though? Come on now. So we traded Versace on the Floor for those two. Which is fine. I'm with it. The Versace on the Floor performance, if y'all haven't seen the, what theater is that? In Harlem. Anyways, there's one of them. You gotta go watch it. It's unbelievable. Dane, I'd tell you to react to it, but it'd have to be Patreon only because it'll get blocked. Oh my goodness. So Bruno starts off with the guitar solo. He does the guitar solo. They have the world famous Hooligans come out. And like I say, it's just different, man. Like having that horn section and having Phil and Cam singing was just friggin' special. There was also this Apollo, that's the one. Thank you, Jordan. That's the one. I just gotta check outside again. It's getting windy out there. Hopefully it'll get rid of all the cotton in the air, though. Yeah, man. Or just watch it. Just put it on. Like, it's the whole concert's only 45 minutes, man. Would recommend. It just gets blocked on YouTube. They did Treasure, Calling All My Lovelies, and then they go into Billionaire, and then I've laughed my ass off in Billionaire. Tell me this isn't a groove. And in typical... What am I doing here? In typical hooligan fashion, being Goose. The little breakdown was so funny. This section, here we go. Like, come on now. How funny is that? Give me another one. Oh my goodness. How funny. How funny. The entertainment is real. The entertainment is real. Just let my CPU cool back down. Yeah, absolutely feeling it. So I'm trying to remember how it went. Billionaire into I want to say That's What I Like. That's What I Like. Versace. Oh yeah, I got a list here. Versace on the Floor. And then they did like the Marry You. I just cried. I just sobbed the whole time. Runaway Baby. They did a tribute to Tina Turner. They did Rolling on the River. Spec-friggin-tacular. Like the respect band. Like when if you're gonna cover a band or an artist, especially a legend who just recently passed away, rest in peace. Like, I don't know, man. He just did it such like, you could tell he cared. You could tell he cared, man. It was perfect. It was perfect. I wish that they would just do that song all the time because it was amazing. Runaway Baby, all the dancing and stuff, unbelievable. And then they do a piano medley. So Bruno, everyone walks off stage and Bruno walks, or except for Judge, there's another piano player with Bruno. But Bruno goes through a history lesson, Bruno songs, right? So he starts off with the CeeLo Green one. He says, he goes, this is one of the first songs that I had the pleasure of being a part of. You know, very romantic song. And he goes into the bom, 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 bom. You see it driving around town, right? Huge hit. Come on now. What else do they do? Yeah, so we get drunk, right? That one. A couple sad songs. I'm trying to remember them all. They're probably the same all the time. I want to say did the Talking to the Moon. Talking to the Moon. I could be wrong. When I Was Your Man, maybe? I can't remember. It doesn't matter. He wraps it up with Leave the Door Open, and he goes back and forth with the crowd, and I'm not going to repeat what Bruno said on here because I like getting paid for my YouTube channel. So I'm not going to recite anything. And then, like this set list, I'm pretty sure it's the same. When I Was Your Man, there was this young kid that sat beside me, and that was his favorite song. I looked at his mom, I was like, he's going to be a little heartbreaker, isn't he? Yeah, absolutely. He did 2 Silk Sonic songs. Oh, yeah, and he did the Smoking Out the Window one, right? Yeah. Anyhow, And then like they wrap the show up with curtains come down. And then like 10 seconds later you want some more and they go back up and they play Up Down Funk. They have this like confetti cannons that go off and all this stuff. What's up, Tina? What's up? They got these confetti cannons that roll out and everything. And oh, what's up, man? We got a whole party in here. Casey's in here too. That's okay. You're good. So the one night, kind of look over, kind of something catches my attention, and there's this like little tiny kid. He's like 8, 9 years old, right? He's got like the suit. He's got the hat, the fedora on. Man, this kid looked like $1 million. I think he had some Ray-Bans on, some little tiny Ray-Bans. And one of the technicians bringing him over, and he's got him on the confetti cannon. And I'm like, oh shit! Like, how cool would that be, right? Especially for like a young kid dressed like Bruno at the Bruno show. So then I look over to the other side to see if Betty sees, and they got a little kid over there pushing that one too. As well, right? I'm like, oh no way, right? So there, I can see him. He's like, hey, when I tell you, you're gonna pull this lever, and all the stuff's gonna shoot out. And Buddy reaches for it, like already, and the guy's like, no, you can't do it yet. And then it goes into the, I think it's in Grenade. Whoa, yeah, and all the confetti goes crazy. And Buddy didn't pull it. He was like, hey, go, and the kid didn't pull it. And then he pulled it. And I'm like, come on, let's go. It was amazing. That is a core memory I want to give a kid one day. Core memory. Confetti everywhere. What else? Concert was fun, man. I love being out in the people. I don't know if any of y'all were there. I don't know if anyone... Like, shout out to my one cab driver, Earl. He was such a bop. We just sat in the car for like 20 minutes after he turned the meter off. We just listened to music. It was so dope. And what else? Ooh, the lady sitting behind me on night 2 smelled like crab cakes. And it didn't ruin my night. But oh my God. She also insisted on telling me how many shots she had every few minutes. So that mixed with the crab cakes was just like, huh. And then, so actually funny story. This kind of happened twice now. So I'm sitting there, I'm just kind of minding my own, kind of chatting with people beside me. Oh yeah, first show. Yeah. Oh yeah. How about you? No, I saw him last night. Yeah. Big flex, right? Just being that guy. And, like, well, if you need anything, like, let me know. Right. And the lady's kind of like looking at me. She's like, yeah. She's like, I will. She goes, you look kind of familiar. You from around here? And I go, no, man. Y'all want to see how far? Let's do this. Google Earth. I was like, I live a long ways away. I'm like from like West Canada almost. I thought the crab cakes thing would get more rise, but that's okay. I'm not going to complain. What's going on here? All right, pull the screen share up here. So here's Calgary. Here's like, I live in this area. That's the internet, so we'll say I live in this area. Like, yeah, I travel like a little ways. Little ways out here. Oh. This is a trip, right? It was a journey. Where the hell to go? Somewhere in here. Here we go. This is a trip, right? Big trip. So yeah, a little bit of a journey. I was like, I'm definitely not from around here. I don't think you saw me from around here. She's like, oh. She's like, you look familiar. And I'm like, oh, well, if it comes to you, just let me know, right? Husband walks up, and she goes, hey, doesn't he look familiar? Buddy looks at me, and he goes, yeah, you're the guy from YouTube. It's like, oh, very well could be. Oh, buddy from the Battle of the Bands. MEA Gladiator, what's up? How long was my flight? It's only a 6-hour flight. 4.5 and then an hour and a bit. The layovers on the way back really got me though. Really got me on the way back. It was only supposed to be 6 hours, and then they delayed it another 3.5. It was like a whole day of traveling. But yeah, so that was dope. What else? I got a couple of requests from a couple cab drivers I got to do. Uber drivers. They were a lot of fun. Flights weren't too bad. So night one, I landed a little late. Night one, and I promised I wouldn't. This was the deal. If the first hotel didn't charge me anything, because I got an email saying that I didn't check in, but it was after my cancellation, my free cancellation. So I was like, if y'all don't charge me anything, man, like I'll just keep my mouth shut about it too. I'll just like move on, right? My computer's starting to freak out again. And they're like, yeah, no problem. So I didn't get out of there until 11:30. I was on the phone with Betty trying to sort out like where I was gonna stay. Midnight maybe. And like this hotel just wouldn't take my card, the card that I booked the room with, everything. So flights were all cool, cab was cool, hotel was not cool. Got to the next hotel, finally went to bed, and then I got to another hotel and it was good. Flight home got delayed like crazy. I was upset, and it's like a two and a half. It's almost a 3-hour drive from the airport back to my house. So like, bless my fiance's heart, man. There's no chance I would have made it. There is no chance I would have made it by myself. I'd have been pulling over and napping. But it was really nice, though. Where did my photos go? I'm going to have to jump off soon. My CPU's freaking out again. Oh, it's really... consider turning down video. Oh, yeah, friends. My computer's freaking out, so I guess this is the end of the stream. I appreciate y'all being here. I do have a production breakdown and description video coming for Bruno Mars. I've got a lot of the like digital versions of the live equipment that I saw and I've started using because of it. So I'm just trying to keep an eye on the CPU here. But I appreciate y'all being here. Betty, I just can't say enough. Every time I get to see you, it's so monumental. I come back just feeling like a changed person. I feel like inspired to be a better human, to be a better fiance every single time. We had a great time. We had a beautiful time. This is what I said. It's fun to complain about things like you know, the hotel or the plane or whatever. The complaining part's fun, but there's nothing that could have taken that away from me. Like there was nothing that was gonna pull my attention away. There was nothing that was gonna cloud it, shape it, anything. Unbelievable. Unfriggin' believable. So my friends, go check out any of the Bruno live concerts, man. They're so good. They're so good. You know what I did? I did Stranger and it got blocked. Just jumping into these like real quick. I did check this out. Blocked. Yeah, I don't know why I won't focus, but so I'm working on it. But I appreciate y'all. I gotta figure out how to get the CPU down a little bit more, and we'll start doing these lives a little bit more often. But everyone that kept me sane during the trip, Betty for taking care of me, making sure I didn't die. Everybody, my fiance, if you watch this, I don't think she's watching this right now, but if you watch this later, I love you so much. Everybody, can't wait to see you again. And bye for now.